Mozart. Everyone knows Wolfgang Amadeus, but did you know he had a sister? Maria Anna Mozart, both prodigies collaborating musically their entire lives. Historians believe they actually wrote much of his music together. But she was erased, her compositions lost, her name nearly forgotten. Today, we're telling the story of the other Mozart, the one history left out. And by the end of this episode, you'll never be able to hear the name Mozart the same way again. Mozart, the child prodigy, the name synonymous with classical music. But actually, the first Mozart genius wasn't Wolfgang at all. It was his sister, Maria Anna Mozart. Maria Anna, nicknamed Nannerl, was born in 1751, 5 years before her brother Wolfgang. Their father Leopold was a composer, violinist, and ambitious stage dad. And he taught both his children music. By 7, Maria Anna had learned to play the harpsichord, with her 3-year-old brother sitting by her side, learning in their Salzburg home. And then it happened. Leopold noted in Maria Anna's own music notebook that, quote, just before his 5th birthday, on January 26, 1761, Wolfgang learned a minuet and trio in half an hour. And in that moment, Leopold realized he wasn't raising just one prodigy, he had 2. And if you've got 2 prodigies, you don't just keep them in Salzburg, you take them on tour. The Mozart children became Europe's Wunderkinder, the Wonder Children. In 1762, they hit the road. Paris, Vienna, London, 88 cities in total. They played before kings and queens, dazzling audiences everywhere. Maria Anna, poised and precise. Wolfgang, wild and precocious. And here's the thing, diaries from their aristocratic audiences praised them equally. Quote, his sister's playing is masterly, wrote Count Karl von Zinzendorf in Munich. Their father Leopold bragged in letters, quote, the world talks of her and marvels at her. Imagine TikTok in the 1700s. These kids would have broken the algorithm. But in London, 1764, the story takes a twist. Leopold fell gravely ill, pausing the tour. Suddenly, the 2 children, left to their own devices, began to write music. Maria Anna was 13 years old and Wolfgang only 8. What they recorded together is now known as Wolfgang's First Symphony, called K16. Here's where the mystery deepens. Historians still debate, was Maria Anna simply writing down what her brother dictated, or did they compose it together? Only a fly on the wall would be able to say for certain. What is fact is Maria Anna, with a quill and parchment, wrote the notes down. Or did the older sister, also a music prodigy, collaborate with her 8-year-old brother on its composition?
Some scholars, like Carnegie Mellon's Noel Zoller,
believe she likely influenced the composition, saying, quote, I'll bet she suggested some things for the horns, for other parts as well. For other historians, that theory is conservative. It's just as possible they composed the entire symphony together. By 1769, the children's tours had made them famous across Europe. But when Leopold decided it was time to travel again, only one child packed his bags. Wolfgang. By this time, Maria Anna was 18 years old, still a prodigy, but now also a young woman. And that changed everything. At the time, society didn't allow middle-class women to pursue music publicly. Aristocratic women could play in private salons because they played for free, but for a woman to charge money for a public performance was essentially considered prostitution, even if she was only playing a pianoforte. So while Wolfgang continued to dazzle courts and kings, Maria Anna was left behind in Salzburg. Her career was cut off at the very moment it might have flourished. Not because her talent faded, but because she was a woman. And here's what most people don't know. Maria Anna never stopped. She and Wolfgang exchanged letters their whole lives. He mailed her music from abroad. She sent back her own compositions. They critiqued each other's drafts, shaping melodies together across hundreds of miles. And yet, none of her compositions survive. And that's the mystery. Lost or hidden in plain sight under Wolfgang's name. Just like Mileva Marich's physics vanished into her husband's, Albert Einstein's, many women through history have had their brilliance buried because in their time, society wouldn't believe the woman could be the genius. And what happened next would decide which Mozart the world would remember. By the 1780s, the tight bond between the Mozart siblings began to fray. Wolfgang clashed with their father Leopold, refusing to stay in Salzburg, defying his father's control. He moved to Vienna in pursuit of greater fame and fortune. Maria Anna stayed behind. And in the family conflict, she and Wolfgang grew distant. She married in 1783 at the age of 32 to a magistrate and widower with 5 children. She raised his children as her own, and together they had 3 more. Her days, once filled with tours, applause, and letters of music exchanged with her brother, were now spent caring for her father, her husband, and her children. When Wolfgang died in 1791, at just 35, it was Maria Anna who helped his widow sift through his papers and letters to preserve his legacy. And that's the tragedy of Maria Anna Mozart. She was Wolfgang's first duet partner, his first teacher, and perhaps even his lifelong collaborator, and yet she's buried in the footnotes of history. Today, the name Mozart means one person, Wolfgang Amadeus. But in the 1760s, Mozart meant 2 prodigies. And now, after today's lesson, hopefully it will for you, too. Maria Anna's name was lauded in the same diaries, praised in the same letters, applauded in the same halls as her brothers. And then, because of gender, reputation, and the rules of her era,
She became a footnote in the history books.
so next time you hear the name Mozart, remember the sister too. Thank you, Maria Anna Mozart, for the brilliance history could never erase.
Here at Actually History, we're seeing history through a new lens and giving credit where it's actually due. Most of our stories are based on this book, and she co-wrote it. This is, to her credit, Historic Achievements and the Women Who Actually Made Them Happen by Caitlin Colmo and Emily McDermott. We kindly ask, if you're interested in our mission, hit like, subscribe, and stick around. More stories to come. Class is in session.